Portions of the following program are transcribed. Here's Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective.
Is this the Diamond Detective Agency?
Well, what does the sign on the door say?
Yeah, Diamond Detective Agency.
And take a guess.
Are you Mr. Richard Diamond?
It depends. How much does he owe you?
Nothing.
You just want to speak to him?
I do.
You come as a client?
Yes, I do.
You have $100 a day in expenses?
Yeah, I do.
Then I now pronounce this man and client. Your name, please?
My name's Thomas Jason.
The stockbroker? You better pay cash.
Oh, I'm retired now, Mr. Diamond. And to end this nonsense, here's your $100.
Oh, thank you. Now, what's your trouble?
It's Carol, my adopted daughter. We adopted her when she was 12, but my wife died shortly after. Frankly, Carol has been trouble ever since.
And now?
Now, I'm afraid it is no longer a matter of delinquency. Well, there have been several incidents that make me suspect that she's trying to do away with me.
Oh, sweet girl. What's her reason?
My money. In my will, she is my only heir.
Why not change the will?
I said I suspected her, but I'm not certain, Mr. Diamond. And you understand, it would be terrible to disinherit her if I am wrong about my suspicions. I simply must be sure before I change my will.
She have any idea of your suspicion?
Yes. This morning I did speak to her. It mentioned the possibility of cutting her from my will. She flew into a rage, made several terrible threats.
Oh? What do you want me to do?
Well, sir, I want you to...
Oh, excuse me. Diamond Detective Agency, we have the only corpse with the lie-down design.
Oh, Rick. Why don't you answer the phone right?
Okay, Helen, baby. Diamond Detective Agency, Mr. Richard Diamond speaking.
What?
See, it throws you.
Mr. Diamond.
Honey, I'll see you tonight. I got a client.
She?
He.
Good.
Aye. You were saying, Mr. Jason, before I was so nicely interrupted.
Yes, I want you to either prove my fears to be true or groundless. If I am right, I will change my will, of course.
Where do I start?
Come to my house at 3 this afternoon. Here's the address. I'll introduce you to my stepdaughter, Carol, as a business acquaintance. After you've met and talked with her, I'll give you what details I have about her threats and actions.
Okay, Mr. Jason, I'll be at your place at 3 this afternoon.
Good day, Mr. Diamond.
I checked the time and found it'd be nearly 12, so I beat it out to grab a bite of food before the noon rush began. Cafes in downtown Manhattan at lunchtime can only be compared to a can of sardines after all their relatives move in. When I had downed my daily bread, I went back to the office, did a little washing, and found myself with still time to kill. So being interested in my new client's problems and always liking a clear view of a new case, I dropped in at the 5th Precinct to see what Lieutenant Levison had on the Jason family. When I walked into the squad room, I found Sergeant Otis tilted back in his chair with his number 14s crossed on the desk in front of him. From the sounds he was making, he was either sleeping or gargling with molasses. Sergeant Otis.
Oh, boy.
Sergeant Otis.
Some down.
Otis, wake up.
It's you, Chalmers.
Patrol Leader Diamond with his stout-hearted brownies who are shocked by your dreams. Shame on you.
Hey, how'd you know I was dreaming about a dame?
I peeked. You know, I think I'll tell the lieutenant that you were sleeping on the job.
Well, no, please don't do that, Chalmers. You'll start me palming the beat again. Please don't tell him.
Well, maybe I'll let you off the hook, but only if you tell Walt we're pals. That might stop him from giving me the devil about ribbing you.
Pals? You mean friends?
Buddies.
Oh, no, I couldn't stand it.
Hello, Walt.
Okay, so where's the body?
Nobody. You lost one?
Now, you stop that.
Well, get you. All mad because I can't find a body for you.
Oh, please, Rick. What do you want?
I just wanted any dope you might have on the Thomas Jason family.
Jason?
Yeah, the broker.
Oh, nothing on him, but plenty on his stepdaughter, Carol.
Like what?
Oh, she's a regular. Usually D&D, drunk driving, disturbing the peace. You want to see the file?
Yeah, might be worth a look. have my pal Otis bring it in.
Sure, up.
Your what? My pal. What did you know? Otis and I are friends.
Is that why he tries to hide under the desk every time he sees you coming?
Call him in. See for yourself.
You think I won't? Otis, get the file on Carol Jason. Bring it in here.
Yeah, Lieutenant.
Now we'll see. Friend, that's a laugh.
It's a laugh yourself. You better be feeling good.
What do you mean by that?
You'll see.
Yeah, Lieutenant, here's the file.
I'll take it, Otis. Thank you very much.
Sergeant Otis, you have an opportunity to do me a great favor. Please, and without profanity, tell me what you think of Rick.
Oh, he's nice.
What?
You're turning blue, Walt.
I'll turn blue if I want to. What did you do to Otis? Dope him?
You heard him. He thinks I'm nice. We're pals, buddies.
I heard him all right, but I wouldn't believe it on a stack of police manuals. Otis, I'll give you one chance. What's this all about?
The shamus told you, Lieutenant. I think he's a swell egg. A great guy.
Thank you, Otis, my friend.
Always kidding, but a good pal.
Otis, do your feet ache?
My faith. Why, no, Lieutenant.
Well, they will. I'm sending you to a beat.
A beat?
Yes, in Yonkers.
Oh, no!
I went through the file on Carol Jason and found out Walt hadn't been kidding. She'd been picked up for everything from kicking dogs to slugging her boyfriend with a champagne bottle. Real nice girl. I left Walt trying to third degree the truth out of Otis and headed for what I hoped would be a nice, easy case. In a few minutes, I was in front of my client, Jason's house on East 66th Street. It turned out to be a modest little shack of some 30 rooms with a brownstone cover. I was ushered in to wait in the library for Thomas Jason, but I got a surprise.
Mr. Diamond?
Well, now I'll bet you're Carol. Your stepfather's told me so much about you.
You're a friend of my stepfather's?
Well, you might say we have things in common. Where is he?
I'm afraid you can't see him, Mr. Diamond. You see, he's become quite ill.
Oh, ill so quickly? I talked to him a few hours ago. He's about as sickly as Paul Bunyan.
Mr. Diamond, will you please leave?
Not until you tell me what happened to Jason, where he is, and why I can't see him.
Get out. Do you hear me? Get out.
Oh, put a cork in it, honey. Your father suspected trouble. Apparently it came quicker than he thought. Me, I want to know all your little secrets.
Just who are you? Policeman?
Private policeman, dear. Your father hired me this morning.
Well, I'm firing you this afternoon. Father's ill, and I will not allow him to be disturbed.
He paid me for a day's work. Tomorrow you can fire me. Is he here?
No. Now, will you get out, or do I call the real police?
No, maybe you'd better, dear. There's a smell around here that isn't a room full of roses.
All right. If it's going to save trouble, I will tell you this much. Father had a serious mental condition. This afternoon, a couple of hours ago, he had an attack. And I was forced to have him taken to a place where he could be treated properly.
With what? Embalming fluid?
Why, you insulting.
Where was he taken? Who's the doctor?
I think I've answered all the questions I need to, Mr. Diamond. My actions are entirely legal. If you persist in your insinuations, I shall see that your license is revoked and that you are charged with defamation of character.
Oh, get you. You've been reading up on the law, and I'll bet I know why. All right, dear. I'll leave now.
Go on and don't come back.
Temper, temper, temper. I'm going, but we'll see each other again. Hello, Pop. Got a minute?
You reckon so, mister? What's on your mind?
Oh, questions. Like how long you been out here mowing the lawn?
Most of the day. Why?
Did you, see Mr. Jason leave?
Oh, sure, left in an ambulance he did. He was wearing a funny white coat with the arms tied in back. My fashion certainly changed.
You didn't notice any name on the ambulance, did you?
Well, as a matter of fact, I did, mister. Oh, my, was a silly name. About the silliest I've ever heard of.
Oh, the name, Pop. What was it?
Oh, don't be in such a dang rush. It was, Home Sweet Home Rest Home. No, ain't that silly?
I don't think my client agrees with you. If he was taken there for a rest, it may be a permanent one. Next stop, a drugstore with a phone book. Said book gave me the address, and I was soon in Baychester, looking at something pretty swank in the way of nut houses. Home Sweet Home was 2 acres of lawn, trees, and a square white blockhouse, and all surrounded by 15 feet of spiked steel fencing. By this time, the setup was really beginning to smell, and I decided that maybe a shamus might not be welcome. So for a moment, I stood by the big gate debating how I could get in. The answer was fairly simple. I rang the bell. It caused a huge character wearing a white jacket and with arms like hairy telephone poles to appear.
Yeah? What can I do for you, mister?
Let me in.
Why?
This is a rest home, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I want to rest.
Oh, funny. Beat it.
I want to speak to the doctor, King Kong. Is he in?
Maybe, maybe not. Who wants him?
I do.
Who are you?
Let's just say I'm a patient. You going to keep me out here dying of schizophrenia?
Dr. Thorne is busy now. Come back later.
Look, in 1 minute I start throwing fits. Think how that'll ruin your trade.
Yeah, the doc wouldn't like that. Maybe you had better come in.
Now, that's right neighborly of you, friend.
Wow. Nice place.
For nuts?
Please, I'm a patient, remember?
So, if you're a nut, I should care. If you ain't, why should you?
Now, that's a homely bit of philosophy. Tell me, what do you do here? Break skulls?
I don't think I like you. And I'm a nurse.
What a shock this will be to Dr. Kildare.
I don't know him.
Now, you wouldn't. His nurses are pretty. If he had to have you as a nurse, he'd quit medicine and take up playing the glockenspiel.
Sally, you're nuts. Wait here. I get the doctor.
Yes, nurse.
Dr. Thorne, you got a patient, I think.
All right, Brazo. I am Dr. Thorne, sir. What can I do for you?
He's nuts, Doc.
Be quiet, Brazo.
Oh, he's right, Doc. I'm nuttier than a squirrel's hideout.
Well, I'm afraid I can be of no assistance, Mr.
Promise you won't tell?
Did I promise?
I am Sherlock Holmes.
What?
H-O-L.
I can spell. I'm afraid you've come to the wrong place, Mr. Holmes. This is a private sanitarium, and certain procedures must be followed.
I have money, I can pay, and I want to stay here.
But, Mr. Holmes, you must be examined by a doctor and committed by a relative.
You're a doctor. Examine me.
But your relative, you can't commit yourself.
Why not? I demand my rights.
Oh, this is preposterous. This is not a hotel. You can't just come in and register. Tell me, who's your doctor? Where is your home?
Well, look. Tell you what. You let me stay here for the day, and I'll tell you who my doctor is. And if you don't let me stay, I'll tell everyone what a bad place you have.
You said something about having money. Just how much money?
I've got a mattress full. Can I stay?
Perhaps it can be arranged. Though, of course, I must examine you.
Of course.
And there will be a certain fee, you understand?
I'm beginning to.
Tell me, Mr.
H-O-L.
Stop! You certainly are most annoying. Tell me, why do you want to stay here anyway?
Well, I've got to stop the plot.
The plot? You know about that?
Sure. You plan to rub out Fearless Fosdick, but I'm not going to let you.
Oh, I see. Tell me, do you have any dreams?
Well, of course. I have dreams about eating ice cream cones, and oh, what a mess they are.
What's so messy about eating an ice cream cone?
My mouth is always filled with BBs.
BBs?
For my air rifle, stupid. How else could I stand off the Indians?
Well, what Indians?
Well, the Indians who want to steal my ice cream cones.
Now, why would Indians want your ice cream cones?
Oh, they're mad about pistachio.
You are crazy, aren't you? Brazo, take Mr.
H-O-L.
Oh, never mind. Take him to observation room B, Brazo. I don't have time for the examination now.
Wait, can't I be with the other patients? I get lonely.
Later.
Come on, Sherlock. This way.
Well, I was in, thanks to the good doctor not being able to pass up a possible easy buck. The Big 8 Brazo led me to a small room with bars on the window and a spring lock on the door. When he left, I made like a smart gumshoe and went after the lock with my penknife. Due to my early training in picking locks at the automat, I was out like Alabama. I found myself in a long hall with 7 rooms, 3 on each side and 1 at the end. I knocked on every door. Nothing. Not even Bogart. The last one had to be Jason. Are you in there, Mr. Jason?
Diamond. Oh, I am glad to hear your voice. Please, get me out of here.
Just take it easy. I don't have a key, and this door has a padlock on it.
But you must get me out.
Sure, but give me time. First, tell me what's the score. Why did they lock you up?
Carol had it planned. She has paid Dr. Thorne to keep me here until I go crazy. She wants to have me judged legally insane so she can take the estate.
Yeah, well, maybe I can put a few kinks in her plan.
Wait, Diamond. Where are you going?
There's a phone in the doctor's office. If no one's there, I'll use it to get help.
Yes, but what if you can't get to the phone?
And I go out and get the Marines. If I can get by that ape man, that locked gate. Don't go away.
Oh, there you are, Sherlock.
Oh, don't pick on me. I was only 3.5 years old.
I'm upset with you, Sherlock. You oughtn't to be running around the halls like this.
But a guy's got to have his constitutional, Brazo.
Yeah, well, you're through with yours. The doc wants to examine you now.
I've changed my mind. I don't think I like it
I said
here.
the doc wants you. What the doc wants, he gets.
Well, bully for him, but this is one time he won't. I'm bleeding.
I don't want to break your arm, Sherlock.
No?
So you don't leave until the doc says so.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint him, but certain things are necessary, like this. Oh.
Now, you shouldn't act like that. I might get mad.
Oh, my knuckles. What is your jaw made of? Concrete?
Come on, Sherlock. Or do you want to try again?
No, thanks. One busted hand is enough.
And don't try to run. The gate's locked. And if I have to catch you, I'll fix your legs so you can't run again.
Oh, friendly little butcher, aren't you?
Right in here, Sherlock. The doc is waiting. Here he is, Doc.
Good. You can go back to the office, Brazo. I won't need you. Well, you seem to be well trained as a detective, Mr. Holmes. Do you always pick locks so easily?
I do better with my erector set. But you needn't examine me further. I've changed my mind.
You've changed your... This is odd. First you demand in, now you want out.
I just remembered I forgot to pick up my station wagon.
But the Indians, you want me to help you keep them from stealing your ice cream cones, don't you?
They already got them, and all my money, too. They're both gone.
Your money? You don't have any money?
Not a bolivar. Now, may I go, Doctor?
You're going to stay right here, Mr. Holmes. There's something peculiar about the way you've recovered from your illusions.
Doc, yeah, Miss Jason to see her. She's in your office.
Very well, Brazo. Stay here and guard this man, whoever he is.
Holmes, H.O.
Will you shut up? And make sure he stays put this time, Brazo. I have some questions I want to ask him.
He won't go no place, Doc. You go ahead to the office.
Well, Carol, this is a pleasant surprise. Come to visit Jason.
Thorne, our plans will have to be changed.
Changed?
Something has come up that may cause an investigation of stepfather's illness. We can't afford to take a chance of that.
But we can't let Jason go now.
I had no such intentions. He must be taken care of tonight.
Taken care of? But that's impossible. How could
He
I...
must be gotten rid of.
What? Oh, no. No, I didn't bargain for murder.
Look, Thorne, you're in and you stay in. I paid you $10,000. Don't forget it.
But why all this sudden rush to change our plan? Why can't we
A private detective came to see me this morning. He was hired by stepfather. I knew he had suspicions, but I didn't know they'd gone so far.
A detective?
Oh, he can't act legally, but he's the sort to cause trouble.
Detective. Private detective. Sherlock Holmes.
He's rambling about.
I'm afraid we're in serious trouble. Come with me.
What?
Your private detective. I think he's already found Jason. Come on.
You wouldn't like to earn $100, would you, Brazo?
No.
It is you, Diamond.
Uh-oh, fun's over.
Thorne, you fool. How'd you get in here?
He said he was a patient, Carol, and I swear he seemed crazy enough.
He probably said he had money.
You seem to understand each other, honey, but do you mind? I'd like to take Mr. Jason home
For
now.
a couple of extra dollars, you let him walk right in. Oh, Thorne, you're an idiot. I suppose he found Jason and talked to him.
Well, he did get out of his room and wander about.
Oh, that's great. So now he knows the whole works.
Too bad, baby. Your plan is kaput.
Not quite, Diamond. You've just talked yourself into real trouble. This gun says for you not to get any bright ideas.
My IQ just dropped 30 points.
Shut him up, Rizzo.
Sure.
Hey, now, wait a minute.
Oh! Now stay with him while Thorne and I make arrangements. We won't be long.
Did I get the...
Yes, Brazo, when we're ready. Come on, Thorne. I want to talk to stepfather.
Brazo's fist was made of the same stuff as his jaw. By the time I came around, darkness had painted the window, and the room was full of shadow and Brazo. The big hulk was squatting a few feet away, paying no attention to me. So I waited till my mind was clear while I eased off my right shoe. The heel was leather with a steel plate in it. I could only hope it was harder than Brazo's skull. With the shoe in my hand behind me, I was ready. Only to have him catch me stirring.
Coming to, Shamus?
Yeah. Hand me my cigarettes, will you, Brazo?
You need a smoke, huh? Sure. Where are they?
Fell out of my pocket, over there behind you.
Oh, where? I don't see it. Say, that's not...
Need another?
Stop that.
Oh, come on, Buster, fall. Well, is little old Brazo finally getting sleepy?
Happy New Year, Buster.
Levinson Homicide.
Walt, Rick, if you don't want me to be a customer of yours, get out to the Home Sweet Home Rest Home fast.
What? Hey, what kind of a gag is this now?
It's no gag, believe me. My client and I are the blue plate specials, and dinner is about to be served.
The home sweet... Oh, it still sounds like a gag. Who'd call anything that?
Now, don't argue, Walt. It's no joke.
Okay, Rick, what's the address?
1820 Allerton Avenue, Baychester. And bring a blowtorch to cut an iron gate. You may have to.
All right, I'll be there in 30 minutes.
Quicker if you can.
Stand right there, Diamond, or I'll use this gun.
Good afternoon. I represent the Sleep
Looks like
Tight
I came just in time. Only now that you've fixed Brazo, you'll have to dig your own grave.
Dig my own grave? Oh, honey, is this trip really necessary?
Keep moving, or I'll kill you right here.
I move.
Keep going. Over there behind those trees where Thorne and Jason are.
Well, is Jason...
He's alive, but not for long.
Where's Brazo? I thought he was going to...
Diamond knocked him out. They can dig their own graves. There, the shovels. Get busy.
Carol, please, you may have the money, I swear.
Shut up and dig.
Carol, this is...
Just work the shovel.
Can you imagine Richard Diamond, private detective, letting a sawed-off female make him dig his own grave? You can't? Well, she did. And for a good half hour. I stalled as long as I could to give Walt Levinson a chance to get there.
That's enough. I said that's deep enough.
Oh, please, I'm just started.
You're finished. Jason, get into that hole with him.
Very well. I guess this is it, Diamond. Sorry to have dragged you in.
Well, that's a horrible way to say it. Don't we get time for a last cigarette?
No. Thorne, take this gun.
What? Oh, no, I'm not going to kill them.
Shut up and take this gun.
Oh, don't do it, Thorne. Be a man about it.
Here, Thorne. Don't be such a weakling. 2 shots and it's over.
No, it was your idea. I'm no murderer.
Atta boy, stick up for your right.
You shut up. Thorne, do you do the job or do I make you number 3 in that grave?
You wasn't there. You need me.
Atta boy, Thorne, tell her.
Go on, Thorne, take the gun.
No, I can't. I just can't. Not like this.
You weakling. I'll do it myself. Now turn around, Diamond.
Oh, now look, baby, this thing's getting out of hand. You shoot me and the law will be all over the place.
Not until I fill that grave in over you.
I called them, baby.
Oh, you're lying.
Am I? Well, just turn around and take a look at that lovely big fat policeman standing over there by that tree.
You really don't expect me to fall for an old stunt like that.
Well, if you don't, you'll fall for something. It's your funeral.
No, it isn't. It's yours.
All right, lady, drop it.
What? Why, you...
Smarty.
I'll kill you anyway.
Carol.
Rick, what the devil's going on here? What are you doing down there?
I'm looking at the girl. I think you shot her pretty bad.
Who are these 2 guys?
The guy with the castanet knees is Doc Thorne. Better put the cuffs on him as an accessory.
But you can't do this. I was the one that refused to shoot you.
Oh, stop licking my hand. You can tell it to the precinct judge.
Otis, snap the cuffs on them and take them out the car.
Sure. Come on, you.
Now, what about this other guy?
The girl's stepfather. How do you feel, Mr. Jason?
Sick, Mr. Diamond.
How about the girl, Rick? Shall I call the ambulance?
I don't know. Carol. Carol.
Well, Rick?
Take your time, Walt. She's not with us. I gave Walt the story, then took Jason to his house. Stayed there long enough to brush the dirt off my clothes, wash my hands, and then I headed for a delayed date. At 975 Park Avenue, I found a big fireplace and a lovely redhead waiting for me. A redhead wearing a dress that was part green silk and part... Well...
I'm the library, darling. Come on in.
Hello, Helen, baby. You sound like you found oil in the basement. What's with the cheer? Me?
Isn't it always? I like you.
I like the way you say that. Looking up at me with those big green eyes.
They're not green. They're hazel.
Oh, are they? Let me look closer.
Not until you sing for me.
Sing? Oh, honey, I'm tired. I want to rest.
No, you don't. No, over to the piano. Rick, not here.
But, Helen, all I wanted to do was...
I know, Rick.
Oh, you've been using that Ouija board again. I don't want to sing.
Now look in my eyes.
Close range?
Contact.
I'll sing.
That's better.
Like, you must have been a beautiful baby.
I love it.
You must have been a beautiful baby. You must have been a wonderful child when you were only starting to go to kindergarten. I bet you drove the little boys wild. And when it came to winning blue ribbons, you must have shown the other kids how. I can see the judge's eyes as they handed you the prize. I bet you made the cutest bow. Oh, you must have been a beautiful baby. 'Cause, baby, look at you now. Like that?
That was wonderful, Rick. Come here.
About time.
Oh, Rick. Do you think you can do that and sing, too?
Honey, when you look at me like that, I could kiss you, sing, and knit a whole sweater at the same time.
Rick, could you?
Want to try?
The sweater will take years.
I'll buy that. Come here, we'll start with the neck.
Rick.
You know something?
What?
I may even knit you a whole suit.
You have just heard Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. Helen was played by Virginia Gregg, Lieutenant Levinson by Ed Begley. Also in our cast were Wilms Herbert, Hy Averback, Betty Moran, Howard McNear, Edwin Max, and Jay Novello. Music was under the direction of Frank Worth. Tonight's story was written by Herb Purdom and edited and directed by Blake Edwards. Portions were transcribed. Dick Powell soon will be seen in the screen version of the best-selling novel, Mrs. Mike. Now, this is Eddie King inviting you to be with us again at the same time next week when we will again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. How much is your life worth? Think about that for a minute. Is it worth a little care? Well, that's all that's needed to protect it on America's streets and highways. Only your careful driving and your acceptance of personal responsibility for your own life can guard you from the dangers of the road. The price that you may pay for carelessness is a high one, and it's a price that thousands upon thousands of accident victims have already paid. Their gamble with death behind the wheel is a stark warning. A warning that an accident can happen to you. Last year alone, some 32,000 persons were killed in traffic accidents, and well over 1 million others were injured. Smash-ups have averaged more than 1 a minute, every minute of the day and night. These are the facts of traffic dangers. As for the facts of traffic safety, well, they all boil down to just 2 facts. Careful driving by automobile owners, careful walking by pedestrians. So drive carefully, walk carefully. The care you take may save a life, and that life may be your own. Saturday night is packed with entertainment when you stay tuned to NBC's star lineup of shows. Each Saturday, make it a point to listen to NBC. You'll hear Hollywood Star Theater, Ralph Edwards' Truth or Consequences, Your Hit Parade, A Day in the Life of Dennis Day, The Judy Canova Show, Grand Ole Opry, and songs by Morton Downey. Now, stay tuned for Lionel Barrymore and Hollywood Star Theater on NBC.
Listen while the makers of Rexall drug products and 10,000 independent Rexall family druggists bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective.
Good evening. This is your Rexall family druggist with a welcome from the 10,000 independent druggists who have made the word Rexall part of our own store names. We've done that because we recommend and sell the 2,000 or more drug products made by the Rexall Drug Company. Like Rexall Milk of Magnesia, for example. Here's the milk of magnesia that's so pure and creamy smooth, so free from that unpleasant earthy taste. Even children spot the difference. Ask for the Rexall Milk of Magnesia at Rexall drugstores everywhere. And remember, you can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
Good health to all from Rexall. Now, your Rexall family druggist brings you a transcribed half hour with Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell.
Diamond Detective Agency. With camels who know their detectives best, it's Diamond 2-1.
Ricky?
I won't admit a thing. Last person who called me Ricky sold me stock in a bubblegum factory. Whole deal blew right up in my face.
Ricky, this is Pat. I'm in trouble. Bad trouble.
Somebody steal your last name?
This is Pat Stens.
Pat Stens, an old friend of several years' standing. Blonde, attractive, and the owner of a plan to eliminate cranium luster. To the aging juveniles of the world's biggest city, she might easily be called the mother protector of hairlines. In other words, like the sign says on the front of her uptown salon, she grows hair.
You've just got to come down to the place.
Honey, I've graduated. You told me so yourself. Another treatment and I'll be wearing a snood.
Ricky, I'm on the level. I'm in trouble. Something's happened to one of my customers.
What's the matter? Did he sprout feathers?
Well, almost. He sprouted wings. He's dead.
Now, phone games with Pat weren't a hobby. She might kid a customer about the condition of his scalp, but when she called me to say she had a corpse on her hands, I knew she hadn't been sampling her hair tonic. I told her I'd be right down, call Helen, broke my date, locked the office, set a few traps for impatient clients, and 15 minutes later I was in Pat's office talking to a pretty frightened little blonde.
Oh, Rick, I just don't know what to do.
Oh, now, honey, first calm down. Now, who's dead and where?
A man named Wiley. John Wiley's on the vibrating table.
Why didn't you call a doctor or the police?
Because I think he's been murdered.
Murdered?
Looks like his neck's been broken. I didn't know what to do. I was afraid of calling the police.
Well, baby, if one of your customers got his neck broken in here, you're going to get mixed up with the law sooner or later anyway.
The publicity will ruin my business.
Honey, murder always ruins something. You got any idea who might have done it?
No.
Who was in the place when you discovered the body?
My usual 3 girls and 2 customers.
Anybody leave or come in?
No.
How many people know about it?
Just the girls. Neither one of the customers.
Oh. Well, first we lock your front door. I don't want anyone to leave. Then we'll take a look at the dead man and find out if his neck really is broken. If it is, we call homicide. We locked the front door, and Pat let me down a hall with booths on either side. In 2 of the booths, I spotted the customers relaxing as girls in white uniforms worked on their receding foreheads. At the end of the hall, we stopped at another booth and closed by a white curtain.
In there, Rick.
Okay. The vibrating table was centered in the middle of the room, an enclosure about 6 by 14 feet. The table was built at an angle so that when a patient climbed up and stretched out on his back, his feet were elevated a good 16 inches above his head. The angle and the vibration increased the flow of blood to the scalp, and under normal conditions, it's considered very healthy. But the man lying on the table now wasn't getting the full benefit of the treatment. His shoulders extended over the end of the table, leaving his head hanging down at a grotesque angle, rolling from side to side with the monotonous rhythm of the vibration.
Oh, Rick.
Not very pretty, huh?
I forgot to turn the table off. I think I'm going to faint.
Just take it easy.
Was I right?
You had to be. A circus rubber man would need vulcanizing if he turned his head that far. Busted neck, all right.
Guess we better call the police.
Can you keep the customers out of here?
What if one of them gets inquisitive?
Tell them the table's out of order. I'm going to call homicide and tell them Mr. John Wiley's in the same condition. As frightened as she was, Pat played it pretty well. She tipped off the girls and started swapping jokes with her balding clients to keep them happy. I went in the office, put in a fast call to the 5th Precinct Homicide, and 10 minutes later, Lieutenant Walt Levinson and Otis, his trained anthropoid, were looking at the late John Wiley.
Sure looks like murder.
I guess it would be better if he had a knife in his chest with a sign on it.
Who was in the place when it happened?
Pat, 3 girls, 2 customers, and a dozen assorted gay gypsies.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Pete has an alibi.
What was the dead man doing on the table, anyway?
Trying to grow hair.
Oh, that's silly. Who ever heard of anybody growing hair on a table?
Sergeant Loveloon.
Well, I thought it was pretty funny.
Go out and round up everybody in the place and take them into the office. Then call the precinct and get the coroner down here. Then, if you're a good little boy, you can go out and play in the traffic.
Well, a murder's a mess any way you look at it. A man lying on a table with his neck broken. 4 women and 2 men, the only ones around when it happened. Bad publicity for a nice little working gal named Pat Stens. But you can't hide it when it happens. Someone gets killed, someone gets hunted. And everybody concerned gets mixed up in it. Walt herded everyone into the office and the questioning started. The men were very unhappy. That bad publicity, it couldn't be helped. Mr. Robert Wells, songwriter.
Look, I don't know anything about it. I never saw the man before. Surely you can't possibly suspect me. Why in the world would I want to kill him? It's ridiculous.
And the other, Mr. Jacob Green, jeweler.
Oh, my goodness, my head is still wet. John Wiley? I never saw him before in my life. Not in my whole life. Hey, Pat, give me another towel, will you? Kill him? For why? I got a mother-in-law. First things come first. Yes. Now, you see? You see? My debt I'll catch from Jersey.
2 prosperous men, 2 prosperous denials. The girls came next. 3 girls who worked for Pat. First, Mary Carroll, the girl who had worked on John Wiley. The one who had helped him up on the table and massaged his neck and forehead for 5 minutes.
Sure, I put him on the table, but I left him like always. We let them lie in there and relax for about 10 minutes, don't we, Pat? That's right, Lieutenant. That's the way it works. Mary left him and went over to start on Mr. Wells.
That's right, Lieutenant. She did.
Mary's a pretty strong girl, isn't she, Mr. Wells?
Yeah, she could break
your neck?
Oh, now, wait a minute, Lieutenant.
You think she could, Mr. Wells?
She's pretty strong, I guess, but she wouldn't do that.
Any one of us could have gone in that back booth at one time or another, Lieutenant.
You found him, didn't you, Miss Stens?
Yes.
Do you usually go back to see how your customers are?
Sometimes. Sometimes they go to sleep and the girl who left them's too busy with someone else, so I wake them up.
Next girl, Lillian Wooster.
Yes, I went back by that booth several times.
Why?
Wants to make Mr. Green some coffee.
You're black and strong. She brung it to me.
And the other times?
Wants to get some hair formula, later to get a clean comb.
A clean comb for him?
Don't laugh. I got a few left. Look, up here on top, you see?
You're fairly new here, aren't you, Lillian?
3 weeks.
How'd you know that, Rick?
Well, I completed my treatments last month. Lillian wasn't here then.
You mean you?
Now. People laugh at psychiatrists, too, Walt, and some of them end up playing canasta with Lady Macbeth.
We were rejuvenating his spit curls.
Thank you, Patricia Stens. They've been spitting better than ever.
All right. You're the last girl. What's your name?
Nancy Cummings, Lieutenant.
The last girl in her story was no different than the others. Yes, she had left her customer and walked down the hall past the last booth. No, she had not slipped in and popped Mr. John Wiley's neck while he lay resting. The coroner arrived and the whole party went down to the precinct to sign formal statements. They were then all released and sent home, pending further investigation. I took Pat home to her apartment.
Did you drink, Rick?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Water?
Mm-hmm. You didn't kill him, did you, Pat?
Don't be silly. He was growing hair. Kill off my advertising? Here.
Thanks.
You got any ideas, Rick?
No. How long has John Wiley been coming to the shop?
Oh, about 6 months.
What do you know about him?
Not much. He was a wolf.
By your standards or Kenzie's?
He got grabby occasionally. Put him straight.
Know what business he was in?
Well, whatever it was, he had a lot of money. Big tipper. Oh, excuse me. Yes? Oh, yes, just a minute, Lieutenant. For you, Rick.
Thanks. Hello, Fatty.
I got something on the dead man. Got a record. Blackmail.
Oh? Know where he lived?
We're checking.
Now, wait a minute. Pat, you wouldn't by any chance know where John Wiley lived, would you?
Well, I send a bill to him every month. I've got a duplicate set of books here in the apartment. I'll get the address.
Walt, Pat's got his address.
I found something else in his personal effects. key to a safety deposit box. Otis is checking to find out which bank.
Well, we should at least have the answer by doomsday.
Here's the address, Rick. John Wiley, 709 East 45th Street.
I told Walt I'd meet him at Wiley's place, downed my drink, gave Pat a pat, and a half hour later we were tearing Mr. John Wiley's apartment to pieces.
Nothing.
No? Well, I at least turned up a kazoo, grab a comb and some tissue paper. We'll do a fast course of 20.
Hey.
No tissue paper?
No, here's a date calendar.
Good, good. Maybe we've been working on a holiday.
Here's a name, Nancy.
That comes after April, doesn't it?
Same name on some of the other pages here. The 28th, Nancy, 6 o'clock. Again on the 22nd, Nancy, 8 o'clock. Again on the 18th and the 12th.
Hey, one of the girls who works at Pat's is named Nancy.
Yeah, I know it.
Well, do you think we should go over and see her, or sit down around a card table, hold hands, and make her pop out of the wall?
You know, someday I'm going to get very mad at you, Rick.
Only when you find somebody prettier. Come on, Grouchy, let's go over and see Nancy Cummings.
Here's her apartment. She lives with that new girl.
Lillian Wooster?
Yeah, and stop flexing your claws.
Who is it?
Please.
Yep, open up or we'll huff and we'll puff and we'll...
My, what big noises you make, Grandma.
The better to scare the men out of your closet, my dear.
We'd like to talk to you, Miss Cummings.
Certainly, Lieutenant. Come in. I was just making some lemonade. Would you like some?
Oh, thanks. It's pretty hot out.
Maybe you'd like something stronger?
Lemonade's fine.
I'm on duty.
He's on duty. You better give him some torpedo juice.
Miss Cummings, you didn't tell us that you had dated John Wiley.
Would you like your lemonade, sweet Lieutenant?
Medium.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You never asked me if I dated John Wiley.
The lieutenant found your name written on Wiley's date book.
I've been out with him 6, 7 times, I think.
Know what his business was?
We never discussed it.
Ever meet any of his friends?
No.
Did he ever mention any of the other girls in the shop?
Oh, I don't think so.
You live with Lillian Wooster, don't you?
That's right.
Hey, whose picture is that on the piano?
Lillian's father.
You still don't have any idea why anyone would want to kill Wiley?
No.
How did Lillian Wooster happen to move in with you?
I asked her to. When she went to work for Pat, she was living in a terrible place. One small room. I told her she could come in with me and share the rent.
Well, how well did she know John Wiley?
She'd seen him at the shop, seen him here when he came to pick me up.
Where's Lillian now?
Shopping, I think.
Well, thanks, Miss Cummings. We'll be talking with you again.
More lemonade?
Or later, maybe. When things start getting a little hotter.
Before we continue with the adventures of Richard Diamond, private detective, here's your Rexall family druggist.
Here's an important fact about Rexall aspirin I'd like you listeners to remember. It's simply this. There's no faster-acting aspirin made.
But what do you mean by fast-acting?
Well, ma'am, aspirin itself is too fine to hold together in tablet form. So it has to be bound with an ingredient that will quickly disintegrate. That is, break up the tablet. So the aspirin itself will immediately be free to do its job.
You mean the aspirin can't go to work until the tablet breaks up?
Exactly. And that's why Rexall scientists developed a binder so low in moisture content, it begins to break up the very second it touches water. Now that means that when swallowed with water, the 5 full grains of pure aspirin in every Rexall aspirin tablet are ready to go to work for you even before they reach your stomach.
Well, that's fast enough for me.
And it's fast enough for 10,000 family druggists, too. Quality like that is what we're talking about when we tell you you can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
And now back to tonight's adventure with Richard Diamond, private detective, starring Dick Powell.
3 in the afternoon, out of Nancy's cool apartment and down in the blistering street. The thermometer crowding 90 and the humidity sticking to us like a steaming blanket.
I feel awful. A terrible day to solve a murder.
Yeah. I'm going to go look through some newspaper files.
What for?
That picture on the piano.
Lillian Wooster's father?
Mm-hmm. I've seen that someplace before. News story connected with it.
I'll drop you off. I gotta get back and see if Otis has found the safety deposit box that fits John Wiley's key.
Walt dropped me off at the newspaper, and I went down to the morgue file to do some hunting.
The air conditioning made the job easier, and by 4 o'clock, I walked into Walt's office with an interesting bit of information.
We found the bank and the safety deposit box.
Oh? Anything turn up?
Wiley was doing some pretty fancy blackmailing. Here's a bundle of evidence and a list of names.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can understand why someone would pay to keep these out of circulation.
Lousy photography. What did you find out?
Well, here.
Newspaper clippings. Mm-hmm. Oh. Picture of Lillian Worcester's father.
Same picture as the one on the piano.
Prominent banker leaps to death. William Baker. William Baker? The girl's name is Worcester.
That's what she calls herself.
William Baker. Give me that list we got out of the deposit box.
I've just been looking at it. William Baker's name is on here, all right. That clipping I just gave you mentions that he left a daughter and a wife.
Let's go pick up Lillian Worcester or Baker or whatever her name is.
Well, it might not have meant a thing, but at least we had found one person who had a strong connection with John Wiley other than socially. The girl who called herself Lillian Worcester was the daughter of one William Baker, deceased, and one of John Wiley's blackmail victims. They climbed to the squad car and hurried back to Nancy Cummings' apartment, where Lillian Worcester lived as roommate.
Let's go.
Hey, wait a minute.
What's wrong?
Hold it. Lillian Worcester coming out of the building.
All right, we pick her up on the street.
The doorman's hailing a cab for her. Let's see where she's going.
Wouldn't it be easier to just ask her?
Oh, stop trying to ruin my afternoon. There's nothing more relaxing than a pleasant drive through quiet, peaceful little old Manhattan. We started tailing Lillian Worcester's cab, across town, along the river, and across the George Washington Bridge.
She's headed for Jersey.
You looked at your compass. That's not fair. We kept going through Hackensack, past the outskirts, and on out Route 17.
Pretty expensive cab ride.
Pretty expensive. It makes it pretty important. We kept following like that. Lillian's cab a good quarter of a mile ahead, so she wouldn't notice us.
They're turning off on that road.
Oh, you're absolutely amazing, Fatty. I probably would have missed you completely.
Oh!
We took the road to the right off the highway and spotted the cab up ahead, pulling into the entrance of a large white building. The sign over the tall iron gate read, Woodview Sanitarium.
She's getting out of the cab and going in.
Wait till she gets inside. Then let's go up there and find out who Lillian Worcester is visiting in the Woodview Sanitarium.
Yeah? Something I can do for you?
I'm looking for a girl.
You know, honey, something that doesn't look like a man.
Now, you stay out of this, Diamond. Don't you start getting me confused again.
He gets confused?
At the drop of a hat. Watch, I'll drop my hat.
Now, you stop that.
He doesn't like it, does he?
Oh, it nearly drives him with... Now, you understand.
Yes, of course.
Where are you going?
I think you better talk with Dr. Gerson.
All right, run him out.
Temper.
Rick, I swear if you don't stop these confounded routines.
Routine?
Well, you know what I'm talking about. Who's on first base?
Oh, don't you know who's on first?
Huh?
I'm Dr. Gerson.
My friend here is given to mass demonstrations in the aisle.
Oh, shut up, Rick. I'm Lieutenant Levinson.
I'll bet you're with the cavalry.
You get wise with me, Mac, and I'll bust you one.
Extreme persecution complex ever since Uncle Julius took away his mandolin.
Well, we have some lovely mandolins here, Lieutenant.
I am Lieutenant Levinson, New York Police.
Now, it's more fun in the cavalry.
Maybe you'd think it was more fun in a cell.
Well, it's wonderful. We have some very nice ones. Let me show you.
Now, listen, I am Lieutenant Levinson, New York Police, 5th Precinct Homicide. And if you don't lay off this foolishness to help me, I'll tear you limb from limb.
I'll get some help.
You won't get anybody. Get away from that phone.
Look, I think you better let him tell you why he's here.
Will it calm him down?
I'm here trying to catch a girl. Oh, Rick.
That's right. He's here trying to catch a girl.
Certainly. Why don't we all try and catch one?
Look, would you do me a favor, friend?
Why, of course, Lieutenant.
Take a look at those credentials.
Certainly. Oh, my goodness.
I'm afraid he's a real policeman.
I need no help from you, Mr. Diamond.
Grouchy.
Oh, my goodness.
Satisfied?
Well, yes. Aren't you a little out of your territory, Lieutenant?
I am not making an arrest.
Just trying to catch a girl.
I am following a girl. She may be a murderess. She came in here a few minutes ago.
You mean Miss Baker?
Then Baker is her right name?
Who's she seeing?
Her mother.
What's wrong with her mother?
Mrs. Baker is seriously ill.
Have anything to do with her husband's suicide?
Everything to do with it? I doubt Mrs. Baker will ever recover.
We went back out to the car and tried to put it all together. Lillian's father had jumped off a roof. He was being blackmailed and couldn't take it. The shock had driven Mrs. Baker into a permanent breakdown, and John Wiley had been responsible for the whole thing. Motive enough for Lillian to get a job with Pat Sten so she could get her hands on John Wiley's neck. We waited until Lillian's cab turned out of the driveway and headed back for New York. We stayed close, watched her get off at her apartment. Then we went over to see Pat Sten's.
You gonna get a hair treatment tomorrow, Rick?
That's right, honey. I want you to be sure that Lillian takes care of me.
Did she do it, Rick?
I think so.
But why? She seemed like such a nice girl.
Well, she had pretty good reason.
But we need a confession, and Rick's got an idea how to get it.
I want Lillian working on me through the whole treatment, especially when I get on the vibrating table.
Your scalp looks pretty good, Mr. Diamond.
Oh, it's been itching a little.
Losing any?
Some.
Hi.
Oh, hello, Pat.
His hair looks pretty good, Miss Dent.
Let's see. Use both solutions.
Okay.
I'll see you later, Rick.
Nice girl, Pat.
Very nice. Have you found out anything about Mr. Wiley's death?
Oh, the police have gone a few news. The lieutenant wants to see her roommate.
Nancy told me. I hope you don't suspect her. She rather liked Mr. Wiley. She wouldn't have any reason to kill him. All right. Let's go down to the other booth.
Huh? You mean you're going to stick me on that vibrating table?
Not if you don't want to.
Well, full treatment. That's what I came here for. Let's go. You don't mind going in there, do you?
No. Why should I?
Oh, some people are funny about rooms where a murder's been committed.
It doesn't bother me, Mr. Diamond.
Give him a good rub and let him relax for about 10 minutes, Lillian.
Yes, Miss Dent. All right, up on your back. Lie down a little, please.
All right, yeah.
That's good.
What did you do before you went to work for Pat, Lydia?
Oh, not much. Went to school. Finally decided to look for a job and found this one.
Ever study this sort of thing?
No, there's really not much to it. Pat shows us how to wash, apply the formulas, and rub the neck and shoulders.
And all you need is a strong pair of arms, huh?
I guess so.
Your family live in New York?
No.
Oh. I noticed a picture of your father on Nancy's piano. A fine-looking man.
He's dead now.
Sorry.
So am I.
Mother still living?
No.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Am I rubbing too hard?
It's okay. Well, you've got the strength for the job.
Did the police find out anything about Mr. Wiley?
Yeah. He was a blackmailer.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I'm a little nervous today. Maybe I better get one of the other girls.
No. That's okay. I'll just a little tied up. Next step.
Try and relax.
I guess I keep thinking about Wiley and his broken neck.
Think I might break yours, Mr. Diamond?
Well, it wouldn't be hard. If I was good and relaxed, you could snap it in a minute.
I guess I could. So Mr. Wiley was a blackmailer?
Yeah. I had a record.
They're the foulest people on earth.
They certainly are.
You think he was blackmailing someone here in the shop?
Oh, not necessarily.
Well, if he wasn't, then no one in the shop would have a motive for killing him.
Well, I've got a theory about that. I think someone in the shop hated him so much they waited until no one was looking and the girl was out of this booth. And they slipped in on him and twisted his neck until it broke.
Why would they hate him that much if he wasn't blackmailing them?
Oh, somebody else he might have blackmailed. Someone very close and dear to the killer. Maybe the person Wiley was blackmailing couldn't stand it and committed suicide.
Interesting theory.
Take your family, for instance.
Sorry. You aren't relaxing.
Supposing Wally was blackmailing a member of your family, your father, for instance.
I can't rub your neck unless you relax more.
Maybe your father couldn't take him. Maybe he couldn't pay him anymore, and instead of disgracing his family, he committed suicide.
Just turn your head a little to the side, Mr. Diamond.
Better?
Much. Well, if that happened to my family, Mr. Diamond, I guess I'd kill Mr. Wiley and not mind it a bit.
Think of the shock. I even put the wife in a sanitarium.
It probably would.
How did your father die, Lillian?
He jumped off the roof. Now, if you'll turn your head a little more, I'll try to pop your vertebra.
We followed you out to Jersey yesterday, Lillian.
I'm going to adjust your neck, Mr. Diamond. It's better if you relax so it won't hurt.
Well, if you wanted to, you could pop it anyway. I couldn't stop you in time.
I don't guess you could. There. Now the other side.
Did you kill John Wiley?
Yes. Relax. All right, Mr. Diamond. Let's go down to the police station.
Again, here's your Rexall family druggist. If you're looking for a way to save money on drugstore needs, buy Rexall MI31, the triple action antiseptic that makes an ideal mouthwash, a soothing gargle, and an effective breath deodorant. What's more, Rexall gives you a full pint of this quality product at the same price as other leading brands of smaller quantity. Ask for Rexall MI31 at any Rexall drugstore. And remember, you can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
Good health to all from Rexall. Richard Diamond, Private Detective, stars Dick Powell in the title role and is written by Blake Edwards with music composed and conducted by Frank Worth. Featured in tonight's cast were Mary Jane Croft, Ted DeCorsia, Wilms Herbert, Virginia Gregg, B. Benaderet, and Larry Dobkin. Richard Diamond, Private Detective, is transcribed in Hollywood by Jaime Del Valle. This is Bill Foreman inviting you to be with us next Wednesday at this time when we will again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective.
Hiya, beautiful.
Get lost, Bristlepuss. You need a shave.
But I have shaved. What else do you want me to do?
Silly boy, she wants you to go Stag.
Go Stag? But why?
Because Stag is Rexall's exclusive line of men's good grooming aids, like Stag Brushless Shave Cream. No fuss, no massage, just smooth it on and presto, you get a clean, close shave. Your face stays smooth and whiskerless all day long.
I'll do it. I'll go Stag.
That's it. Join the Stag line now at Rexall drugstores everywhere.
Yes, to make girls care. Go Stag.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
The makers of Camel cigarettes present Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. No other cigarette has Camel's rich, full flavor.
No other cigarette gives you this convincing proof of mildness.
In a coast-to-coast test, hundreds of people with normal throats smoked only Camels for 30 days.
Noted throat specialists examine the throats of those smokers every week and reported
not one single case of throat irritation. due to smoking Camels.
Make your own 30-day Camel test. Smoke only Camels for 30 days. See how well Camels agree with your throat, pack after pack, week after week.
Here transcribed is Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell.
Diamond Detective Agency, your plight is our delight.
Helen Asher speaking, a gal alone with just a phone.
Oh, clever, Helen, clever.
Thank you, sir. After all, you're not the only one who can make up corny slogans.
Easy, girl, you're crowding me.
Of course, I just might give up my slogans if you were on time for dinner tonight.
Well, that's the deal. I can't stand competition.
Seriously, Rick, I have a surprise for you tonight.
Oh? You inviting a preacher for dinner, maybe?
No, nothing like that. But I'm fixing the whole dinner myself, from soup to salad.
Oh, great Scott. $4 million and she can cook, too.
Well, you just remember to go easy on lunch. I want you to have an appetite by the time you get here.
Helen, I couldn't think of eating anything that would spoil my appetite. Besides, the automat won't take slugs anymore. Well, I do believe little old me has a little old client.
Must be male. I don't hear your fangs clicking.
Oh, dear, you're so astute. Bye.
Bye.
You, Diamond?
That's right.
Well, what do you know? Odds were 10 to 1 I'd find you in.
You don't say.
Yeah, now get your hat, pal. It's 45 puts the odds in my favor. Now get up.
What are the odds on finding out what this is all about?
100 to 1 right now. You'll find out soon enough, though. Now come on. And Diamond, don't try no tricks. You do when it's even money, you'll be a dead man.
Well, some people collect stamps. Me, I collect strange visitors. And the character who led me downstairs to his car was one of the strangest I'd seen all week. He wore a loud check vest, purple sports coat, and bright yellow slacks. And every time he opened his mouth, he gave odds on something or other. We drove through town, finally pulled up in front of a ritzy apartment house. He led me back to an apartment on the first floor.
Hold it. This is it. Inside, Diamond. That's fair enough. Hey, Janet! Janet!
I'm right here, Freddie. You don't have to...
I told you it was 4 to 1. I could bring him here.
You win the bet, Freddie. Oh, Mr. Diamond.
Oh, hello. Fred, if you'd told me she was going to be here, you wouldn't have needed odds.
Oh, that's very sweet.
I'm a very sweet guy, especially with a gun in my back.
You can put it away now, Freddie, and take a walk. I want to speak to Mr. Diamond alone. Oh. Freddie!
Okay. Only the odds are 3 to 1 I should stick around.
Mr. Diamond, I need your help. I suggested this to Freddie, and he said he'd bring you. I had no idea he'd force you to come.
Well, skip the apologies, honey. Just why do you need my help?
My name is Janet Collins. My brother is Bert Collins. Does that name mean anything to you?
It all depends. There was a Bert Collins sentenced to the electric chair a few months ago. Same one?
Yes, but he isn't guilty, Mr. Diamond. Bert was convicted of murdering a bookie, but he didn't. He tried to tell his story in court, but they wouldn't believe him.
And I take it you want to tell me his story now.
Exactly.
Well, I'm listening.
Bert went into the pool room to see this bookie about a loan. While he was talking to him, a stranger came in and shot the bookie. Said something about getting even. And the stranger dropped the gun and ran.
And, what did Bert do all this time?
Well, he was stunned. He bent over the body and picked up the gun just as the police rushed in. It looked like he did it. Only he's innocent, Mr. Diamond.
Honey, as I remember it, your brother had a fair trial. 12 men disagree with you about his guilt.
I know that. But there's one man who can prove he told the truth.
Oh? Well, keep talking.
There was a witness to the murder. A little racketeer named Tony Garibaldi was in the pool room when it happened. He saw the stranger come in and kill the bookie.
Why didn't this come out at the trial?
Because we couldn't find Tony.
We?
Freddie, Bert's lawyer, and myself. We have witnesses who swear they saw Tony enter the pool room and rush out after the shooting.
But you haven't got Tony.
No, and he's the only one who can prove Bert is innocent. Unless we find Tony by tomorrow, it'll be too late. Please take the case, Mr. Diamond. Find Tony Garibaldi.
Well, I can give it a try. This is a big city, though. Tony could be hiding anywhere.
I know it's a hard job, but I'll pay the usual fee, and I'll be very grateful, Mr. Diamond. Very grateful.
Mm-hmm. Well, save the gratitude for later, dear, after we find Tony Garibaldi. Oh, Diamond. A pretty face, a sob story, and you get into the screwiest cases. Find a cheap racketeer out of 7 million people. I wonder what kind of odds Freddie would have given me on that. I caught a cab back to my office, picked up my card, then drove down to the 5th Precinct. I was hoping Lieutenant Walt Levinson could give me some lead on Tony Garibaldi.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Diamond.
Mr. Diamond? Wow, so formal.
New policy. Commissioner decided we were getting too lax here at the 5th Precinct. Henceforth, we are to treat visitors with dignity and respect.
You don't say.
Yeah, and stop grinning. What do you want down here, anyway?
Oh, I'm working on a case. You remember Bert Collins?
And how? Grilled him after he was arrested. Tough boy.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm working to spring him.
Yeah, he was one of the... What? Are you crazy? Collins gets the chair tomorrow night.
I know, but his sister says he's innocent.
And you believed her?
I don't know. She wants me to find a punk named Tony Garibaldi. Says Tony witnessed the murder and can prove Bert didn't do it.
Oh, yeah, I remember. That's what Bert told us. We tried to locate Tony, but he's dropped out of circulation.
You think Tony really saw the murder?
Who knows? Guy next door to the pool room said he saw Tony enter and come out later after the shots. Look, Rick, there's no doubt that Bert did it. The patrolman on the beat rushed in, found him standing over the body with a gun in his hand.
Mm-hmm. Well, then why is Tony hiding? And why would Bert's sister want me to find Tony unless he was sure he could free her brother?
All I know is we had all the evidence against Bert that we needed. He tried to borrow money from the bookie. Bookie refused. They had a fight. Bert shot him. Open and shut case.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, Walt. I'm still going looking for Tony Garibaldi. Any leads on him?
Yeah, I'm afraid not. Chances are some of the petty rackets might know where he is. Tony's worked all the cheap rackets, got a lot of friends.
Well, I guess I start covering the petty rackets then, huh?
Yeah, good luck, Rick. Bert is innocent. I'd hate to see him burn.
Well, if I find Tony, I'll bring him into you here.
I'm glad you said if. If you find Tony and if he can clear Bert Collins.
That's right, Fatty. If. New York is a big city, and like any big city, it has a lot of rackets. Everything from fake panhandlers to phony insurance salesmen. But someone in these rackets might know where I could find Tony Garibaldi. So I began checking. One racket after another, charity rackets, used car rackets, everything. Yeah, a lot of people knew Tony, but they hadn't seen him in months, or so they said. It was late afternoon by the time I pulled up in front of Sneezy Williams' apartment. A few years back, Sneezy had organized every pickpocket in town, formed a sort of a union. There was a chance he might know Tony's whereabouts. I got out of my car and started for his apartment.
Don't turn around, Diamond.
It couldn't be your finger sticking in my back, could it, friend?
No, it couldn't be. Walk toward that alley, Diamond, or I'll put a hole right through you.
That's a pleasant thought. Now, pal, if this is a stick-up, you're in for a disappointment. The only green stuff in my wallet is moss.
Shut up and don't turn around. That's far enough. Diamond, I hear you've been looking for me.
Oh, you're Garibaldi?
Shut up. I'll do the talking, Diamond. I don't know what your angle is in this or why you're after me, but I want you to lay off.
Well, why are you hiding, Tony? What are you afraid of?
Never mind that. Now, look, I've heard you're a right guy. I hate to do this, but you got to understand I'm not kidding. Keep away from me, or next time you won't get off so easy.
Tony, listen to me.
Before we continue with Richard Diamond, here are a few words about smoking enjoyment.
Listen to this report by leading throat specialists.
After making more than 2,000 weekly examinations of hundreds of smokers from coast to coast, smokers with normal throats who smoked only Camels for 30 days, noted throat specialists reported
not one single case of throat irritation due to smoking Camels.
That's proof of mildness. Proof offered by no other cigarette.
Start your own 30-day Camel test. Smoke only Camels for the next 30 days.
You'll soon see how mild, how flavorful, how thoroughly enjoyable a cigarette can be.
You'll see how well Camels agree with your throat. Pack after pack, week after week.
How mild, how mild, how mild can a cigarette be? Make the Camel 30-day test and you'll see. Smoke Camels and see.
And now, back to Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell.
I was looking for a little racketeer named Tony Garibaldi. Only instead of finding him, Tony found me. And he left a bump on my head as a not-too-gentle reminder that he didn't appreciate me searching for him. But now I was even more determined to find him for two good reasons. One, he might save Bert Collins from the chair. And two, I wanted to repay him for that crack on the head with interest. After I'd come to in the alley, I went to a cafe on the corner, smoked 4 Camels, had 2 cups of coffee, and washed my face. I felt much better as I walked back up the street to Sneezy Williams' apartment. I climbed the stairs and knocked on Sneezy's door. When the door opened, Sneezy stood there, his face screwed up like he'd just bitten into an unripe persimmon, then... Relief spread over his pudgy features, and he held out his hand.
Ricky Diamond. Long time no see.
How are you, Sneezy?
Bad, Ricky. Awful bad. Come on in.
Well, thanks. Ooh, what's that smell?
Fumes. From my vaporizer over there on the table. I gotta breathe them. It clears up my head.
Oh. I hear you've gone up in the world, Sneezy. Pickpocket union, huh?
Diamond, please, don't use that word pickpocket. In the trade, we call them cannons.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be disrespectful.
A common mistake. Yeah, I organize the boys. It keeps them out of each other's territory, and I get a percentage of all their takes.
Well, that explains the fancy apartment.
Uh-huh. Only what good's dough when you're a sick man like me? I got a cold all year round. I've been under a mustard plaster so long I feel like a hot dog. What brings you here, Ricky?
I'm looking for a man, Sneezy. Thought you might know where I could find him.
Well, it all depends. Come on, let's sit over here by the vaporizer. I gotta sniff those fumes. Who you after, Rick?
Guy by the name of Tony Garibaldi.
Tony, huh?
You know him?
Oh, sure. Worked for me a few years back. I haven't seen him lately, though.
Where was he living when you knew him, Sneezy?
Now, let's see. Excuse me a sec. Ooh, them fumes feel good.
About Tony.
Huh? Oh, yeah. I should know it. Sure. He lived with his mother. Yeah, that's a nice old lady. I've been over there a few times.
Over where, Sneezy? What's the address?
The address? Ooh, them fumes. You know, these vaporizers come pretty high these days. This one set me back $10.
All right, Sneezy. Here's $10.
Vicky, you are a kindred soul.
Just make with the address, Sneezy.
Yeah, the old lady runs a dry cleaning shop over on 79th and 3rd. Right on the corner. You can't miss it. Ooh, them foo. Ooh.
Gesundheit. That last one must have registered on the Caltech seismograph. I left Sneezy with another Gesundheit and went out the door before he blew me out. Then I went to my car, drove across town to the cleaning shop on 79th and 3rd. Inside, I found a tired-looking old lady marking clothes.
Yes? You have come for clothes?
No, Mrs. Garibaldi, I'm looking for your son.
Tony?
Tony.
What is it you want with him?
I'd like to talk to her.
You're from the police?
Well, indirectly, yes.
Go away.
Now, Mrs. Garibaldi...
Go away. You're not dressed like a policeman. You're not from the police. You wish to harm my Tony. Go away.
Mrs. Garibaldi, your son's in a lot of trouble. He might be able to save an innocent man from dying. I intend to find him.
Tony is in trouble, yes, I know. He comes here months ago, tells me he must hide. He does not tell me why. Why must Tony hide from men like you? Why?
Your son witnessed a murder.
This is a crime?
No, but Tony ran away. Now, if he tells what he really saw, perhaps an innocent man will go free.
Tony is a good boy. He would not wish harm to innocent man.
Perhaps Tony's afraid, Mrs. Garibaldi. Afraid some harm will come to him if he tells the truth.
Is this true?
No, the police will protect your son. But they can't protect him if they don't know where he is. He's in more danger now.
How do I know you speak the truth? You're not from the police. I know you're not harmed Tony yourself.
You can check with the police. Lieutenant Levinson, 5th Precinct. He'll vouch for me.
Oh, I do not know. You would not tell me to check unless you spoke the truth. But I do not know.
Where's Tony living, Mrs. Garibaldi?
Tony says I'm not to tell anyone.
Your son's afraid. People in fear don't think clearly. Now, where's Tony?
Tony's a good boy. There's no God he must hide.
Where is he?
Tony must hide no more. Tony must tell the truth. If I do wrong, may I be forgiven, but I will tell you where Tony hides.
Mrs. Garibaldi wrote the address on a slip of paper. I called Janet Collins and asked her to meet me at Tony's hideout. Together, we might be able to persuade him to tell the truth about the murder. When I got to Tony's rooming house, Janet hadn't arrived yet, so I went up alone. And after 5 flights, I didn't bother to knock.
What?
Hello, Tony.
Diamonds.
Yeah. Now, punk, we'll have a little talk.
You get out of here. Leave me alone.
Now, stay right there, Tony. I've got the gun this time. And I'm itching to pay you back for that wallop in the alley.
I had to do that, Diamond. You don't understand.
Well, then suppose you enlighten me. Who are you hiding from?
You know as well as I do. They hired you to find me, didn't they?
It all depends. Who do you mean by they?
Colin's sister Janet and that Freddie character, they hired you, didn't they?
That's right. To find a chicken-hearted punk who might be able to save Bert Collins from the chair. You're quite a guy, Tony. Let Bert die because you're afraid you'll risk your own neck.
Oh, come off it, Mr. Diamond. You must know why they want me. Sure, I was in the pool room the night of the murder. That's why I gotta hide.
I don't follow you, Tony. Now, who was it you saw?
You're trying to tell me you don't know.
I never ask questions if I know the answers.
Okay, then here's your answer. Sure, I seen the killer. It was Bert Collins.
What?
I was at a back table. Bert come in. He didn't see me. And after the shots, I got out of there fast.
You're lying, Tony. Why are you hiding if Bert really did it? He's been convicted. He can't harm you.
No, but his sister and that Freddie guy can. After the murder, they got in touch with me. Told me I had to swear I saw a stranger come in and kill the bookie. They told me I had to swear Bert didn't do it.
So that's why you ran?
Sure, I didn't want to get in trouble with the law. But if I didn't lie, I'd be killed, so I hid out.
Tony, if what you say is true, I'm the biggest stoop in town.
You gotta believe me, Mr. Diamond. I swear I tell the truth. And please don't tell them where I'm hiding, please.
It's too late for that, Tony. They already know.
What?
Yeah, come on. Let's get out of here. We'll get you to a safer place, then we'll have to...
Hold it right there, kiddies. Odds of 5 to 1, I'll pull a trigger.
Well. Yellow vest, purple sports coat, and gray gun. Freddie, you're a regular Technicolor nightmare.
Better drop your gun, Diamond.
Hello, Janet.
Drop it. That's a sweet little boy.
You believe me now, Mr. Diamond?
Yeah, Tony, only don't rub it in.
Diamond, I'm sorry this has to be. I wanted you to find Tony, but I wish you hadn't talked to him.
Oh, Janet, you're a dreamer. This won't work. Even if Tony does swear Bert's innocent, the police will break his story. Your brother dies in the chair tomorrow night, and a lie can't save him.
We'll see about that. It's a chance anyway.
Well, what about it, Tony? You gonna let him take you downtown and lie for them?
Well, I don't know.
I know Tony, Diamond. Don't try and fill him with false bravado. He knows what Freddie'll do with him. Unless he does exactly what we tell him. Don't you, Tony?
Yeah, kid, you know. And the odds are 50 to 1 you'll say just what we want you to say.
I'm sorry, Mr. Diamond. I guess I gotta do what they want.
Oh, don't be a fool, Tony.
Shut up, Diamond. You've talked enough.
Freddie, I'll leave you here with Diamond. Tony and I'll wait in the car. Don't be long. Come on, Tony.
Diamond,
Now then, Diamond. Just you and me.
You make the most brilliant statements, Freddie.
Yeah, and the odds are... Hey, keep your hands out of your pocket.
Oh, take it easy, Freddie. There couldn't be a gun in this pocket. Just got a $50. See?
What's the idea?
Well, Freddie, old boy, the way I see it, I'm about to be shot.
That's even money, all right.
Well, I can't figure out whether to die a hero trying to rush you or just stand here and wait for you to shoot.
Huh?
Now, either way, I die, so I might as well decide which way I want it. Thought I might flip a coin.
The Diamond, you must be a little off, huh?
Oh, Freddie, I didn't admit it before, but you see, I'm crazy about gambling, too, just like you.
Yeah?
Sure. You can appreciate a sportsman wanting to go out like this, to die on a gamble.
I don't know.
Oh, Freddie, relax. Either way, I die. Now, I'll flip the coin 2 out of 3. Heads, I die rushing you. Tails, I wait for you to shoot.
It is sort of interesting.
Well, here we go. Up. There. Tails.
You're right.
2 out of 3. Up.
What is it?
Heads.
Well, go on. This one tells the tale.
Yeah, Freddie, this one tells the tale. I held the coin against my thumb. Freddie was interested now. He was the type who liked any kind of a bet, and in this one the odds were all in his favor. But I always did like long shots. I flipped the coin high. Only this time I didn't catch it. I let it fall to the floor, and Freddie's eyes followed it. This was what I needed. I threw him off balance, and the gun went clattering to the floor. Then my right hand plowed into a yellow vest, and my left hand followed through. And that took care of Freddie. But there was still Janet outside with Tony in the car. I stripped Freddie of his purple sport coat, put it on, and went downstairs. Outside, I saw Janet and Tony in a blue sedan parked at the curb. I lowered my head and went around to Janet's side as fast as I could.
Get in the other side, Freddie. Oh, Diamond.
No, take it easy, honey.
Let me go. Let me go.
Oh, just relax now. You'll go somewhere in a minute. Tony.
Yeah?
Run out the corner and get the cop of the beat to take care of our little friends, will you? And make it snappy. I got a date at 7 o'clock. I wonder how Helen will like me in a purple sport jacket. I beg your pardon, Helen, dear?
I said,
Well, that's what I thought you said. Now, dear, please stop staring at me. It makes me self-conscious.
Oh, I just can't help it, Rick. I don't think it's right for a woman to tell a man how to dress.
I agree.
Only sometimes. Well, that purple sport jacket.
I was wondering when you'd notice it.
Well, I noticed it when you first came in. I'm just getting over the shock.
Oh, I knew you'd like it, dear. Wait until you see my red, white, and blue slacks. I'm saving them for Lincoln's birthday.
Oh, now, Rick, what's come over you?
Personality, dear. Now settle back and listen to your colorful boyfriend sing a sweet song.
Oh, what a way to spend an evening. A purple coat, a piano, and a private detective. And I'm the gal who graduated from Vassar.
And so to sleep again, as if I'll ever sleep again. These restless nights go on away from you. And so to dream again, as if I'll ever dream again. My darling, since you're gone, my dreams are through. No other arms can ease this ache within my heart. No other lips can kiss away these tears that start. And so to sleep again, as if I'll ever sleep again, as if I'll ever love again anyone but you.
Oh, that was very nice.
Thank you.
Only I'm surprised you didn't sing a louder tune to go with your clothes.
Oh, Helen, from your tone, one would think you didn't approve of my new apparel.
Yes, one would, wouldn't one? One would also... Now, Rick. Rick.
Yes, dear.
More.
Well, I'll be romantic tonight.
Romantic, nothing. As long as you wear that jacket, I'd rather keep my eyes closed. Come here.
Dick Powell will return in just a minute.
What cigarette do you smoke, Doctor?
When that question was asked of doctors from coast to coast, doctors in all branches of medicine, the brand name most was Camel.
Why don't you smoke Camels, too? And say, why not give a carton of Camels for St. Valentine's Day? Camels come in a special carton all dressed up for the Valentine season. Give your Valentine Camels.
How mild, how mild can a cigarette be? Smoke Camels and see.
Here's Dick Powell with a special message.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, to help bring pleasure to hospitalized veterans and members of our armed forces, the makers of Camel send thousands of packs of Camel cigarettes to service in veterans' hospitals every week. This week, the gift Camels go to Veterans Hospitals, Fort Harrison, Montana, and West Roxbury, Massachusetts. U.S. Naval Hospital, Quantico, Virginia. U.S. Army Station Hospital, Camp Carson, Colorado. And the Military Air Transport Service, which evacuates virtually all overseas wounded personnel. Now, until next week, enjoy Camels. I always do.
Tonight's transcribed adventure of Richard Diamond was written and directed by Dick Carr with music by Frank Worth. Virginia Gregg played the part of Helen Asher, and Alan Reed was Lieutenant Levinson. Others in the cast were Herb Butterfield, Gene Bates, and Parley Bear. Be sure to listen to another great Camel show, Vaughn Monroe and the Camel Caravan, every Saturday night. Here's Prince Albert, the National Joy Smoke.
The bite is out and the pleasure's in when you smoke Prince Albert. It's specially treated not to bite your tongue. The bite is out and the pleasure's in.
So pack your pipe with Prince Albert, the largest selling pipe tobacco in America. It's smooth, cool smoking. And say, there's more tobacco in the pocket tin now. So get Prince Albert tomorrow. Listen next week for another exciting adventure of Richard Diamond, starring Dick Powell.